You think that after watching a couple of bloggers and taking a few tourist trips to Uzbekistan for 3 or 4 days, that's all there is to it. Do you know Uzbek cuisine? No. To truly know Uzbek cuisine, you have to be born there, live there for a long time, and even then, you need to have something to eat. Take breakfast, for example. In the morning, many people prefer just tea. But the breakfast you get at the market, that's the real Uzbek breakfast, very hearty. The kind of breakfast that once you eat it, that's it. You're set for the whole day. It actually starts the night before. In the evening, hard-working people collect from the butchers what others consider leftovers. Here are lamb legs. Shank, well, that's just the rich part. And even horror of horrors, a lamb's head. But that's a little greeting to vegetarians and to those who love animals much more than starving children in Africa. That's what they're missing. You see? Here, of course, the wool on the shanks is singed off, then scraped, and they end up clean. And the neck, where did I get such a lamb's neck from? Take a look at the short clip of how we process this lamb. That should be enough. But the neck, such a luxurious neck, I'll say for shurpa or something really special. What we're cooking today is usually eaten by, let's say, ordinary working people, because it costs next to nothing. But dishes like this are eaten not only by those who have recently become wealthy, but also by people who have long been well off, because, well, it's just very tasty. Regardless of the cost of the original ingredients. So we put the leftovers from the head at the bottom. They will take the longest to cook. You know, from these legs you could actually make kash or aspic. And what I'm about to cook could be called a close relative of aspic and a close relative of kash. I'm packing the meat products as tightly as possible so that I use less water. Because I intentionally left the skin on for extra richness, the broth will ultimately turn out very thick, very sticky, with a high collagen content. And that's exactly what I want. Once it boils, I turn the heat to low. It's just a pressure cooker. It's not some Afghan cauldron. Just an ordinary familiar pressure cooker, clean and absolutely hygienic. Everything should cook here in about 3 hours, I think. The heat has been off for a while, the pot has cooled down, and now it's time to portion it out. You know, when this dish with Kалля-гушт is prepared in Uzbekistan, especially for sale, they always cook tripe and all sorts of other things. Sometimes they even wrap all these delicious meat products right inside the tripe, but that's for selling. We're making it for ourselves. That's why I remove all the bones. And everything that's edible and all the gelatinous parts that will set will turn into something, well, you know, there's a dish called selts, right? There's also salty son, right? All of that goes into this bowl. In societies where family traditions are strong, the head is served to the most respected guest. But in Uzbekistan, a communal way of life has long been established. That's why the head and the tail are treated the same. If you can eat it, that's all that matters. I think everything is clear from here on, right? But there are still some empty spaces left here. And to fill everything up, to turn it all into a dense jelly, we'll pour in a bit more broth. That's it, into the fridge for later. And I'll eat the remaining broth as hash. Just a reminder, this is breakfast. See you after the break. These kinds of things, these kinds of dishes, you can try either at the market, right? But you need to know the right places, as they say. Or at weddings. Because before weddings, the hosts usually slaughter livestock to save money. And then you have everything left. The head, the stomach, the tripe, the intestines, and the feet. So they've put in the work, and that's it. And now there's something to treat the honored guests with. When you buy it at the market, they'll ask you how many grams. They weigh it out on 100 grams, 200 grams, or if there are several people, maybe 300 grams. And right there at the market, if you ask, they'll cut this appetizer into convenient cubes for you. You may have noticed that no garlic, no pepper, nothing was added. Well, they salted it a bit at the beginning, and that's all. The point is, it's a matter of tastes. Some people like it spicier, others don't want any heat. That's exactly why every single vendor at the market always has a little jar just like this. A small container where salt and hot pepper are carefully blended together. The vendor usually asks, would you like some onion added? Of course, fresh onion. What mezim, what pistachio? And somewhere nearby they sell hot-boiled peas. They're also served with onion and exactly the same red pepper and salt. Someone nearby is selling hot tandoor flatbreads. We don't cut flatbreads with a knife, we break them by hand, giving thanks to the Lord for the food He provides us. I sincerely want to wish you, my dear friends, continued diligence, valuable knowledge, great success, and of course a very good appetite. May I try some? Huh? Just a small piece? We ate recently, but I just really want it. Where is my youth? Marhilan Bazar.